This band? I like this band. I wrote it down so I don't forget who they are. Oh, I remember. Fucking Slash!
We're back with yours truly, the one and only, the handsome, the romancer, the one every metal mom wants to be with and every metalhead wants to be, Metal Horror Madman. And I've got a list today because sometimes I don't remember things because I'm a little out of my mind. I'm always hyper. I'm always being crazy. I'm sober right now, which some people can't believe. They like to check in on me. Are you still trying to be? I am sober right now. And if you got a problem with that, I don't know what to tell you. I party. I take breaks, I party, I take breaks, I do your mom. Today I wanted to talk about the top 6 for me. This is for me. You can disagree if you want, I don't care. You do what you gotta do. This is my pod, this is my time, and thanks for joining me. Top 6 most influential front people out there in the history of extreme music. Number 6, someone that's near and she was gorgeous. She was crazy. She took metal, punk, hardcore, whatever you want to label her. She did things her way. Unfortunately, a tragic ending. So is for so many people in this genre. We're so troubled. We have so many things going on. Always try and get help. Wendy O. Williams with the Plasmatics. Her and Lemmy, Stand By Your Man is one of the greatest cover songs I've ever heard in my adult or childhood life. Why do I choose her? Because she did things her way. She did things in a male-dominated industry. And we've had our female warriors out there. We've had them out there having to carve their path in a male-dominated world with a lot of guys just living in the past and not allowing progression and not wanting it. I love it. I've always stood by everybody. My favorite wrestler is Rhea Ripley. I've had guys go, how's that? How can that be your favorite wrestler? That's my favorite wrestler of all time. She's a metal wrestler, right? She's out of her mind, her theatrics. I was lucky enough to see her at Silver Scream in beautiful Worcester, sunny Massachusetts. She walked past my table. I geeked out. I was like, you're my favorite wrestler of all time. I said it twice. She turned back and smiled in her like flip back exorcist way. It was cool. But Wendy O. Williams had a, we've got our Lita Fords and things of that nature. Mad respect for her as well, but Wendy O. Williams did it in the underground, right? She did it in that underground. She was dirty. She was nasty. Those album covers, the way she dressed, the confidence. You guys know me. It's all about confidence. You be confident in who you are. You never be ashamed of who or what you are. I had people telling me they don't like when I dye my beard. There's blue in it. They think it's a political statement. Those are very stupid people. You'll find in this life, you see them in the supermarket. You're trying to get to the rigatoni, the stromboli, the macaroni, the pepperoni, and they're just standing there having a conversation with the other old hag. They look like 2 old hag witches. They got green skin like Frankie. Wendy O. Williams did it our way, had so many influences on so many people. Kick down the doors. That's the way you got to do it. Don't go knocking on doors. No one's going to open them. I go knocking on doors at 3 in the morning. The metal moms, they open them. The ones with the big personalities, and they're just, they're dripping like a waterfall. They see me, and I'm like, I'm just here to ask for candy for the orphanage down the street. Number five, we got to go Chuck from Death. We got to go Chuck from Death, don't we? He took death metal to a place that nobody ever thought it could get to. Death metal, right, at its core is underground. It's aggressive. It's not always technical. He said, I'm going to technical it up. That symbolic is not just a framework of great death metal, but of metal in general. You could play that album from start to finish, from finish to start, and that thing is just pure aggression, but technical. It's got swagger. It's like if Beethoven dug up a zombie, did stuff with the zombie. They had zombie kids. The zombie kids went to technical school. They learned to play the guitar instead of piano. They would put out Death Symbolic. That thing, that album, I wore that album out when I was younger. I'm 48. People say I act like I'm 28. I say don't act my age. Act the way you want to act. Be who you want to be. That's what I do in my life. But Chuck was so important to that scene because he was the one that merged it all. He took death metal to like, this ain't a clown show anymore. Like Bozo the Clown? You ever see Bozo the Clown? You hire him for a freaking birthday party. He shows up. He squirts water in your face. You're not in the mood that day. You're like, Junior, get in the closet because Bozo the Clown's going to be put into different pieces and they're going to put them together like a puzzle. I don't like puzzles. You give me a puzzle, I have no patience, but I have patience for death. Death is one of a kind. Every album, every song. Chuck was a mastermind, different lineups. You know the greats out there. We've got great bands that have changed those lineups, and they just don't always deliver, do they? They don't always deliver with different lineups, which is understandable. It's like every time I meet a different metal mom. Sometimes we gel, sometimes we don't, sometimes we gel. Oh, they don't like them done in 30 to 70 seconds? I'm a speed guy. I'm a thrash guy. I got to move fast. Back in college, they called me Don Juan Delanucci. That's what they called me, and I enjoyed it. Chuck, Death, number 5. Number 4, Bruce Dickinson. I'm actually going to go get another Iron Maiden Eddie tattoo on my leg. Actually, today as I'm filming this, I'll show it next week. I'll look hot. I'll look posh. Remember Posh Spice? I wanted to do her. Remember Baby Spice? I wanted to do her. Remember Scary Spice? I wanted to do her. I'm a man of the people. I'm going to share it, you know? You wrap it up. You put it in plastic so everybody stays protected. Number 4, Bruce Dickinson. Why? Iron Maiden has more classic albums, right, than any other band in history. They have so many bangers. They're still relevant today. There's my Iron Maiden monopoly behind Eddie over there, behind Frankie over there. I said Eddie, I get him confused. Eddie and Frankenstein would be like a good buddy cop movie. Good cop, bad cop. When I'm in the bedroom with your mom, I play bad cop. When they're naughty, they need discipline. But when you think of Bruce Dickinson, all those, they could just go out there. He could say nothing. The stage show's phenomenal. You know, you go and you hear these classic songs, everybody's singing along. Fear of the Dark's my favorite Iron Maiden album, unpopular opinion. Apparition is the most underrated Iron Maiden song of all time. I'm Here From Hell to Eternity. It feels like hell in this world right now. Imagine a world without politics, all this garbage. Every time you go on the news, the TikToks, the Instas, I don't know what everybody else uses, the Grinders, the Tinders, whatever you're watching, it's everywhere. I just want to watch my TV shows. I really like The Chair Company with Tim Robinson. That's a messed up show, a messed up person. But Bruce, you go to see that show and you got a stand-up comedy show. He's vulgar. He's the Dice Clay, Sam Kinison of our time. The guy's passionate about it. His solo music, Balls to Picasso. Go check out Balls to Picasso, one of the most unique-sounding albums in metal history. Underrated, forgotten. I love that album. I got it on vinyl. I got it on CD. I got an 8-track, B-track, your mom track. Damn, your mom looks good in those sweaters right now, huh? Those tight sweaters. Those puppies are moving around in there. Oh, it's a glorious time of year, the winter, but it's like 55 today in Massachusetts. Sunny Massachusetts. We have palm trees, flamingos. I like to go down to the beach and ride a dolphin or a shark. Riding a shark could be fun but dangerous. But Bruce Dickinson, he's a show in itself. He's funny. He's vulgar. He's fighting Eddie. Eddie's doing the Texas two-step with him. You got Bruce. He's doing the 1, 2, 3 uppercut, down cut, left cut. Dickinson's number 4. Number 3 is one people may not agree with, but I got to take off my little bracelet here. I'm adorable. I wear bracelets. What do you want from me? Right there, Typo Negative, Pete Steele. Typo Negative, Peter Steele. One of a kind. Talk about a guy everybody wanted to be and a girl everybody wanted to do. He was vulgar. He was funny. He was a funny guy. People took him way too seriously behind the scenes. He wasn't that goth vampire you thought he was. He was a nut job. He had addiction problems. He could be a real piece of garbage. He had to go serve his time. He went through a lot. He put himself through a lot. When you do creating things, when you do music, when you do social media, you got to be careful with substances because people are always looking at you. They're judging you. They expect a tough guy all the time. I'm a sensitive boy. I'm an American boy, like Kanye said back in the day, right? One of the most hated people now, but that song's a banger. American boy. I like to move it. I like that new Lady Gaga song, Dead Dance. I throw her back to that song. I ain't ashamed to say it. That's a good song. I like to dance. You see my videos. I got some moves. Your mom likes my moves. But Pete Steele, commanding stage presence. Funny, aggressive, carnivore, sick band. If you haven't heard his carnivore stuff, you need to go outside and punch yourself in the balls 12 to 17 times. Go out today. Do me a favor. Go out today so your mom's home alone so I can visit her. Go out in the woods or the graveyard. Take a picnic basket, spray painted black, of course. We got to go goth. Bring a pet gnat, a bat, a cat, a rat. A ratatouille. The guy cooks. The guy, bada boom, bada bing, the gabagool. He makes the gabagool. Ratatouille makes the gabagool. That edit was because I got so excited that I was yelling like a lunatic and my recording device fell down, and I'm going to sue. I'm going to file a Class ABC action lawsuit. But Ratatouille makes a good gabagool sandwich, a good gabagool spaghetti, Ronzoni, very good brand. Pete Steele was just, I saw them in 94. I was 17, opening for Pantera, Nassau Coliseum. What a venue. I was in the bleachers. He commanded. He did Light My Fire by the Doors. That's one of the greatest covers I've ever heard. I wish that was on an album. I wish Your Mom was on an album cover. So, when I'm doing stuff, I could just wipe it up. But that's another episode. But I'm telling you, Pete Steele for me, amazing, unreal. I ended up getting up to the front into the pit for Pantera. I'm a bum rusher. I'll bum rush and try and get in. Sometimes I get thrown out. Sometimes I don't. Number two, they call him a damage case. He was killed by death. He's one of the greatest influences on my life. He taught me early on politics, religion, it's all junk. Don't fall for it. You could be spiritual, believe in God, believe in the universe, believe in magic dragons that crap out fire and bring blessings to the world for Christmas instead of Sandy. If Sandy's fat ass comes down the chimney this year, I don't want him touching my root beers, those IBC root beers I get for Christmas, or black cherry sodas. But Lemmy did it his way. Cost himself a lot of fame. The only time the only sellout of Lemmy, the only sellout album was really March or Die with Hellraiser. Great album. He helped co-write Ozzy's No More Tears, one of the greatest albums in metal history, Ozzy Osbourne. I just got a little Ozzy tattoo right there, not an Ozzy toot. That would be kind of gross. But Lemmy did things his way. He always said he wasn't a metal band, but we consider him as metal as it gets. He liked that old-time rock and roll. The type of music that just swallows your soul. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Lemmy was magical. He died with, I don't know, net worth $500,000. He should have had millions. He passed, and what happened? They marketed the crap out of Motorhead. There's Motorhead everything. There's Motorhead statues, figures, magnets, condoms, Motorhead lubrications, Motorhead straps for your mom. I'm sorry, wrong pod, wrong episode. But Lemmy was one of those guys that he just didn't care. Right? He did it. When he passed, he wasn't supposed to be drinking. He wasn't supposed to be doing stupid things anymore. He just didn't care. He believed it was better to fade away than get old. I think Def Leppard sang something about that. Lemmy on stage, you could say he didn't do much. He just strummed the thing. But just seeing him on stage was intimidating. He was an intimidating guy. He took nothing from nobody. Like I said, he probably cost himself a ton of opportunity for his attitude. Don't sleep on those later Motorhead albums. People do. They're heavier, way heavier than the early stuff. Way, even like Snakebite Love is a banger. Bastards is a banger. Inferno. They just so many of those albums. I love Overnight Sensation. Don't believe a word. My buddy Ike the hash-slinging thrasher, he said that's my theme song. It's like a stoic journey through life. People that have just been beaten down so many times but keep moving forward. They're like a freight train on steroids. They're like your Uncle Vinny when he comes over for the 7 fishes on Christmas Eve and he grabs Aunt Tulip's ass, and he walks in, he's chain smoking. He's got the bottle of Sambuca. He's got the cannolis. He's going to be a real douche that day, and everybody has a jolly good time because he's fun. He's the type of guy, he comes, he throws you $5. Your little kid, you think it's $1 million. You worship him. Everyone's like, he sleeps in his car. He's got a Camaro. He's got the T-tops. He can't hold a job. Every girl talks bad about him. But, he's got pizzazz. He's got swag. Lemmy. Number one, I'm Metal Horror Madman, but the original Madman. The man that survived leaving possibly the greatest traditional metal band of all time, Black Sabbath, that could have been over. He was in dire straits. A guy that survived the 80s glam era that was killing off people left and right. My favorite singer of all time, Ronnie James Dio, really didn't make it through that whole 80s with popularity, right? Once Dream Evil and Lock Up the Wolves, 2 albums I worship, but didn't stay as popular as Ozzy. Ozzy, all aboard! The Metal Mom train. Your metal mom sometimes has a train, kids. You don't want to know what that means, though. You don't want to look that up. Ozzy Osbourne in his prime, throwing the water, running around, clapping, doing backflips, doing the snake, doing the Watusi, a long lost dance, the mashed potato, the twist. You know how it would be. There was a great Fat Boys album. The Fat Boys was in the 80s. It was a rap group. Them and Chubby Checker redid the twist. Chubby Checker and the Fat Boys were doing the twist. Ozzy Osbourne, that's it, right? That's peak front person. We'll never get better than that. We'll never have that again because he was able to play to stadiums and festivals. And whether he was in a small place in the beginning of Sabbath or with Ozzy in his prime or that final show on his throne where he belonged, because that's the undisputed king of heavy metal. I'm the undisputed king of all thrashers, metal horror madman. It's been a blast. That's my top 6. I'm sure yours are different. I'm sure people will give me stuff in the comments. Like people were like, why'd you dye your beard? You're looking for attention. I love attention. I crave attention. I just noticed my beard currently matches my Victor Gargoyle tattoo from RSI, Routine Surgical Instrument. Very underrated band. Very underrated front woman. Probably one of the craziest top 3. Also another one is definitely Liz Selfish from Brat. Those gals, self-absorbed, D-Vicious. I mean, these are... You don't just go to the show. They are the show. They command that you watch their every move. They command a stage presence. Stay frosty, as DLR used to say. I'll see you next time. And as always, kids, fucking slap!